Marcia Parker.
And I'm Jaime and Fuego. We are stoked for all of you to be back here for this. This is actually a sequel panel for us too, because we got the same crew together. Super stoked to all be here to talk the amazing Super Duper Supernatural show with you.
Yeah.
So once again, we broke stuff up into categories. Yes, come on, fill the seats, please. And so Cecil, the showrunner here at the horror show, he is going to be the first in the roto here, and then we're just going to loop around to myself and the ladies as we jump down the line. So who has seen the entirety of season 12? Because last year, I know we had lots of people who hadn't, and we didn't want to spoil stuff too crazily. Are we going to just go all out this time?
We'll go into it. I still think we can be creative and not spoil every little thing.
Just tell them to cover their ears.
But yeah, just real quick, let's go through what we thought of this season, I think, than we did in the last one. So I was, coming off of season 11, which was my favorite season of the show, as I said in last year's panel, was everything I've been waiting for in Supernatural. They just were firing on all cylinders. We got a big team up at the end and all kinds of greatness. This season, it was a lot for them to follow up, and unfortunately they faltered, I think, a little bit, especially in the first half of the season. I hated Nulu, the Rock Lucifer. I hated
Rick
it. Did not like it. Just pales in comparison to Pellegrino, as we saw. Like the fact that they had Pellegrino in the second half and Lane Lu in the first half, it's such a bad. Like you can see just how weak the first one was, but. Overall, I really liked the second half where we had to deal with the fallout of the first half.
Yes.
So it's kind of weird that way. The first half was a little underwhelming. The second half was much better until, in my opinion, I thought the finale rushed through way too many huge events.
Yeah.
Any one of those big 3 events that happened in that finale could have deserved an entire episode, quite frankly. And the fact that one thing happened off camera pissed me off. Overall, that's kind of what I thought. The boys were great. Great to see some familiar faces. But overall, I'm a little annoyed, although I'm intrigued at season 13. Fuego, you're next.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're doing that.
Yeah, I just didn't really like the expansion on the British, letters dudes and stuff.
They were dicks.
Well, obviously, and then the one who was kind of a homie, we all know if you've watched the season what happened to him. So, and also the injection of Mary into it. I mean, while it was kind of cool, I felt like she was underutilized, and the fact that she was so hesitant to connect with her sons and whatnot, and that was just her way of dealing with stuff, I suppose. But yeah, nonetheless, it was a tough act to follow, like Cecil said. After season 11 was just, it was everything team-up craziness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Marcia?
Well, I had to watch the season twice, because I think when I first started watching this season, I kind of zoned out, through most of it. So I'm like, okay, I gotta reamp, do this again. And the second time around, things started to click a little bit more for me. And of course, it's hard to follow season 11. We all knew we weren't gonna get this. It just was gonna be hard. But I don't know. I still appreciated where they're going with it, because we know it's coming to the end. The series unfortunately does have an ending, and they did rush through the major people that probably shouldn't be rushed through and didn't really give them justice, which makes me think that we are going to get more from them, hopefully, maybe. Except for one particular person who is not coming back to the show. Sad. But overall, I think it was still worth it. It still paid off. I've invested so much of my life into the show. I will watch it to the end, and I just love all the characters. I love the writers. I just think that it's just gonna keep getting better. Hopefully, they will ramp it back up. But that's just kind of what you get with them. It's kind of like great season, okay season, awesome season, could do better season. So next, let's hope 13. They bring it up, because I know 13 is my favorite number. So, Ashley?
I'm very much in agreement with everything. But I will say that one thing that I was really excited about for season 12 that I feel like they kind of missed the ball on was the expansion of the Men of Letters into London and the possibility of like, oh, well, let's go to, well, not all in one season, but like it opens up the door to more international things because when the show started, it was very much like Monster of the Week, still a giant overarch for plot, but I kind of miss like the Bloody Mary, I miss the Wendigo, I miss the Monster of the Week hunts. And I thought, like, how cool would it be if somebody could force Dean on a plane and, like, they can do international hunts and we can get some, like, more international folklore. I mean, they'd still be filming in Vancouver, but in here they would be. So, I mean, I didn't really anticipate, of course, all of that in this season. But I also was kind of hoping for, like, maybe a little bit more international work. I think that would just be really awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I like everyone else. The first half of it was just really kind of so-so for me. And then once it got like halfway through, it started picking up and it got really enjoyable. I did really enjoy the Mother's Day episode. Somebody was cutting onions during that one. Too tough to cry. Yeah, I liked seeing Mary come back, and she was badass. So that was really interesting to kind of see her like go off separate from the boys and kind of be doing her own thing, getting in with the Men of Letters and all that. The season finale, I have no good words to say about that. So yeah.
I think the Mother's Day episode, which one was that towards the end there?
It was like the next to the last.
Yeah, that one when
Yeah.
we had to go into the mines.
Where they did the whole battle of the mines
I made
and all
notes in
that.
that
Oh
episode.
man.
That one definitely got
That
me
was
too.
good. That was
That's a
good.
good
I
one.
just want to say, like, Bad Mary was awesome. I love her. But unfortunately, it was cut short. Like, Demon Dean was cut short. I'm like, I don't know. Something about good guys going bad that makes me, like, smile a little bit.
And speaking of Dean, I liked him killing Hitler as he made the point to tell people afterwards.
Yeah.
He's like, Jody, I killed Hitler.
Yeah. You gotta brag
No,
about that.
another episode this season I actually liked, I wanted to mention is I thought the Young Twin Hunters episode.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that was really
Yeah, that
good,
was-
really heavy episode that was like
Really
wow.
well written.
They went some dark places, but some real powerful places, and I dug the hell out of that episode.
See, and that was the turning point for me during the season. It was like once they did that episode, then I was like, okay, we're getting better. We're getting back to where it should be. But
It'd be interesting to see them bring them back next season because they have to play. It'd be such a waste not to utilize that because they're gonna go bad and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I also like the episode where they went to the funeral a lot because of the fact that Season 2 really drew me in because you learn more about the hunter culture, and I don't feel like we get as much of that in some of the later seasons, and just seeing the camaraderie and they're drinking the beer with no labels and stuff, I thought that was funny. So.
Yeah.
One other thing I had to mention was the Dean memory loss episode.
Yes.
The girl saying, "I'm so sorry I took advantage of you," was so funny. And then Sam tells Dean that monsters are real, and he's like, "And our best friend's an angel?" That's the big thing. It's just really long. What? I really
Cinemax? Skinemax?
Yeah.
So anyway, I had to mention that.
Yeah.
I love those kind of ones.
All right.
So are we ready to jump into the next category? So yeah, we're
going
gonna give some personal picks once again, guys, and we are starting things out with best character arc. There it disappears. Thank you, slideshow. So Cecil once again is gonna take us away with his choice for the one that fascinated you the most, or compelled you, or whatever.
Do we have a picture?
Yes, we do.
Yes, Gabriel. I love all that.
We all love him.
Give it up for the wavering Gabriel. It's a bummer that he can't
Waver,
come
it didn't
back
happen.
technically with the lore. But it didn't happen. I really loved all of the episodes that surrounded him for the first part of the seasons, and then when we actually found out who he really was, and he got involved in the fight, and his arc was just obviously it might not have been my absolute favorite, but some other people chose some too, so I had to pick. But I really, really liked Gabriel's because just the fun of his episodes and the whimsy that he brings, but later on when he's revealed, the gravitas that he brings to one of the upper echelon of angels was just amazing to me. So the actor, crazy good, but I'm always harkening back to when he forced them to go to the real world of Supernatural.
They even mentioned it this season.
They did, yeah.
did, yeah.
Wasn't that Balthazar that did that? Yeah.
But yeah, I really, really love Gabriel and everything that he brought to the show, so that's mine.
All right.
So mine, maybe it was tarnished a little bit with this season, but I am so compelled by the plight of Lucifer, whether it was the initial vessel that he started in or actually getting real with it in season 5. I actually loved when he was, Good Morning Vietnam with Sam, where he was like stuck in his head after he got out of the cage. That stuff was fantastic, but as somebody who was raised with religion being jammed down my throat, I was so compelled with the confrontation between God and Lucifer at the end of season 11, even though I think he was in Castiel's body at the time, right? But nonetheless, just that's the way it felt like it would have been to me with, almost like the prodigal son and the confrontation and everything. And even his motivation in season 12 for, he's like, we made amends and then God just goes off, my dad leaves me again. And so I just found that really compelling, and the fact that they brought Pellegrino back was killer. He saved the second half of the season for me, so.
You just can't beat that red eye effect when they've got him entirely in shadow. That first time he leaned forward in the cage with that look was incredible, which is why they went back to it again this season, because it's so effective.
Yeah. So, Ms. Marcia.
I went Dean all the way. Sorry. I know, and it's funny because it's character arc, and Dean's character is so true to himself that it doesn't really he did have some times where he did get unmotivated, and then there's Demon Dean, but I think even with Demon Dean, he still had Dean's heart and still reserved himself. I mean, he was killing other demons, so I mean.
So who cares?
Yeah.
Great karaoke singer too.
He's amazing. But Dean's just one of my favorite characters, just because of his heart. He starts off with, hunting is our life. We grew up with hunting, and it's all about family. No matter what, we're here for each other. We're here for our family. And even when he stopped really caring about innocent people and killing them while he's killing angels and demons, he ended up getting back there and going, hey, even though this monster is a monster, they're pretty cool. I think they're doing the right thing, so we're going to try to keep them alive, because there's innocent monsters as well as innocent people. And it brings a new light to the team. I'm just a bigger fan of him than Sam, because I feel like Sam's a little wishy-washy in his motivations and loyalties. But that's enough said about Sam. But yeah, Dean all the way. I think he just carries the show, and it just wouldn't be the same without him. So.
Carries it on, yeah.
Carries it on.
How about Ashley?
Yeah.
Where my cast fans at? So I chose Castiel. I mean, you could almost pick any character in the show, and they've done really phenomenal arcs with all of them, but I really like Castiel because when he first appears, he's just big, grand, larger than life. Demons hear an angel, they start running, everyone's freaking out. He can't even talk to Dean because his voice is so awe-inspiring and powerful. And then, what do? They clip his wings. They bring him down, they make him human, they take away the power, they give away the power, they take away the power, they give it back. So he goes through like a reverse transition from Almighty to I'm one of the guys. And I really, really love that, because if you think about it, they had to do that with him. He was too powerful at first. Way too powerful at first. It's like the first episode we see where they do the exorcism on the plane. They're all freaked out about demons, but now demons are just run-of-the-mill. And with Castiel, everyone was freaking out about angels, and now angels are run-of-the-mill. So with him, they really had to find a way to kind of integrate him into the show to where he couldn't just be like, okay, we got this, guys. So I really love that they made him human, or as human as you can make, because, I mean, I'm not happy that he suffered, but I really am happy that they took that risk with his character, and because that's what allowed us to keep Castiel. Like, they couldn't have had it any other way. So, that's my cast.
Nice.
All of our kids.
Last but certainly not least.
I went with Chuck. He was hilarious to me, even before the whole "Don't Call Me Shirley" episode. Because when we first met Chuck, he was going by Edlin Carver.
Yes.
I was getting messed up. But he was writing these supernatural novels, and they're sitting there reading it, and it's like everything that the boys did was all in these novels, and they're like, how is he doing this? You know, and it's this whole thing. Come to find out, well, he's a prophet of the Lord, and he gets these visions and all this. And it was the first time that the whole prophet thing was being introduced into the show, so it was totally new. And then at the end of, was it season 5? Season 6?
I think it was 5. Yeah.
Somebody help me out here. I did not bench them responsibly, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the season, you know, he writes his final chapter, and he just kind of like vanishes. He poops. We see him poop, and it's like, what's up with that? We're still thinking he's a prophet, so is it like, okay, is this just what happens when prophets are done with their mission? Like, he's done writing, what's going on? And we don't see him again until the Don't Call Me Shirley episode. And then it's like, oh, he's God. Okay. Sure. God is like scruffy looking crazy
Makes
guy
perfect
that,
sense.
you know, sure. Everything's a sure.
Did it take your Prince of the Brooding Shoulders to figure that out?
Say what?
Did it take the Prince of the Brooding Shoulders to figure that out?
I agree with you. That arc is amazing, and that episode still remains my favorite episode of the series. So it's
Teared up, man.
phenomenal. The Metatron's acting in that episode is, I mean, Curtis knocked it out in that episode. It's crazy how good it is, and Chuck just the song he sings amazing, and I just I completely agree.
I think someone else wanted to pick Chuck.
Not at all. Just my 2 cents. That's all.
So then next up we have our first round of trivia questions, right, Ashley?
Hi guys. Hey.
Yes.
There's
So,
prizes.
announcement, we're doing trivia after our categories. Who was here last year?
Yeah.
Because I have prizes in the form of autographs of actors from the show. I'm sure you can't all see the back, but that's Mary. So I have some trivia. I'm going to read the question. Hands up, we will try to get the first hand, but it's going to be whoever catches our eye, and we're going to do it as fairly as possible. Okay?
We're just going to do like a question or two after each category, so we'll space them out for you.
Yes, it's not going to be all at once. So, in the episode In My Time of Dying, that's when Dean's running around the hospital while John is...
Season 2 opening.
What did the girl, Tessa, tell Dean she was in the hospital for when they first meet?
Dress, white dress.
She was in for appendicitis. She had her appendix removed.
Bingo!
Yeah.
Good job.
How fitting.
Thanks.
You want to do one more? Or one?
Check. Let's do one more, shall we? Let's do one from the same episode. What was the time of John's death? Because Eddie is the very last line
Should I get that?
in the episode. No, it was not. Think through, Chime.
Back.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Sold it out. Yeah.
That is reaching deep, Ashley. Holy smokes.
All right, well, she's coming up, Fuego. Let's move on.
There's a lot of some hard bands. Enjoy.
Good job.
Yeah, we had some trivia questions that a lot of people could answer, so it's
Yeah, we don't want to make them
she
too
dug
hard.
deep for you guys.
Yeah, I did.
You
I
gotta
was
earn
like,
these on. All right.
So next category is going to be favorite bad. So favorite villain of some sort, and we know there's lots of villains on the show that they kind of have redeemable characteristics, or they go good, they go bad, whatever. So you're going to get a nice mixture here, I'd say. And once again, Cecil's going to lead us off.
Of course.
Yellow
The
eyes.
man that started it off. Cecil, Yellow Eyes. He is very much the reason I continued with the show when it started. The bad guy was so cool and so engaging, and we learned that he was actually one of a few Princes of Hell this season. So he's not the only one with yellow eyes. There was a reemergence this season, which that actually was really cool. When I saw the yellow eyes again, I was like, oh, what's that? Then they explained that he was, one of a special race. But he set everything in motion. Killed Mary. There was some atonement for that this season too. That was really, that whole scene that CJ was talking about. But he did such a great job in throwing, the Winchester family into everything that we're at now, and you just got to appreciate that. He seemed to just take glee in his destruction and killing and maiming. This is very much, to me, he was a proto-Lucifer. He was Mark Pellegrino type before Mark Pellegrino actually joined the show, so he's always going to have a special place in my heart.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, applause is encouraged, Sean. Yes. So my pick is probably going to surprise a lot of people. Yeah.
Big man.
Seriously, this is the one and only season where I felt like they tried to do something drastically different. And it wasn't for everybody, but it was so of the times, it was so self-referential, and he was a hilarious villain. Not that, Pellegrino isn't funny and there aren't humorous aspects to Demon Dean and all that other stuff, but I
He
mean,
was comically funny.
just look at that headline alone, The Rise of Dick. I laughed any time I saw that going on. And I think the whole season with the Leviathans is, once again, very underrated, and it tried to do something drastically different. That's where we were introduced to Charlie, right?
Yeah.
It was in season 7. Rest in peace, dear.
Soon.
So, yeah, underrated season. I know CJ picked it as her favorite season last year, right? When we did the panel?
I did.
Yeah. So, yes, if you haven't revisited season 7, there's some killer episodes in there. Maybe one of the funniest seasons that they've ever had. So, Ms. Marcia.
Oh, wait, real quick. Yeah, we have...
Oh.
Wasn't it kind of unfortunate that Lucifer didn't get him down to the Leviathans? Wouldn't that have been quite interesting to see? Lucifer
Dick versus Lucifer?
That would have been hilarious. Yeah, there was some unexplored avenues, I guess, there. Yeah.
Wait, that wasn't...
And now we're going to Marcia.
I picked Kristopher. This picture doesn't do him much justice as Kristopher, but yeah, Kristopher was my favorite because you have Misha Collins playing
Mark Pellegrino.
Mark Pellegrino as Misha Collins.
Doing
It was amazing. Like, he did a phenomenal job, and it was fun, it was interesting, and he was just as mean as Lucifer could be mean, and the boys had no idea what was going on,
Yes.
which just made it even sweeter. And it's like, how do you fight your best friend, and know it's Lucifer and say, I don't know what to do. Like, it was awesome. I think it was such a great decision for them to do that, and I love that they carried that arc for as long as they possibly could, and they did him quite the justice. Sorry. Yeah, it was long enough as it needed to be. It wasn't quick like Demon Dean or Bad Mary. So, cast for everybody did such a great job. I had to give them props for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty excited.
All right, Ashley, here we go.
So I chose a similar decision. Okay, look at, thank you. So for me, the first 5 seasons of the show, because that's how long they had planned for, is the epitome. It's until season 11, but it was the end all be all for me. And I loved the good brother, the bad brother, and then it switches because you find out that they're vessels, and I just really loved the idea when you of Sam doing terrible things.
And he's really good at doing that on himself.
Usually by accident. But I just really because he's so empathetic, and he's so he's the one that sees the grays more than Dean, and to be put in the position where he's the one like doing all the bad stuff and making the bad calls. The episode where Dean goes into the future and they have the showdown and you see him in the all white suit and he's just, and what's he doing? He's pruning his garden. Like, I love that dichotomy. I love because Lucifer was very much that. He's like, I'm here for you. Stab, stab, stab.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
let
the
me
tempter,
help
though.
you. Like, I love that the mind game and the fact that it was Sam and we saw him in that episode. That was just, it was the best.
Yeah, Sam for everybody.
Sam for Who
Yeah.
else can we add Lucifer to?
Anything Lucifer
Keep
really.
his turn.
Just
I'll take
add
it.
Lucifer.
All right, Miss CJ.
I was
Rowena.
No, are there not any Rowena fans in here?
That's better.
But I guess
So she's not really like a big bad, I guess you wouldn't say. The boys haven't actually like battled against her, but she's kind of gotten in their way a few times. Yeah, I love her character. She's always malicious and backstabbing, and you can never trust her. And when they pit her and Crowley, I'm still waiting for their spinoff. I am.
Yeah.
I said it last year, and I'll say it again. I want a Crowley and Rowena show.
Like a nice family sitcom.
She's always clawing. There's always an angle with Rowena. It's definitely not one to be underestimated.
Plus, it's fun to hear her talk.
Yeah.
Arrogant.
I love that she's Scottish in real life too. It
Yeah.
makes it that much better.
Adorable.
so. We have another round of trivia now. If y'all want some
Okay.
swaggy.
I think we'll do Rowena.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the episode Everybody Loves a Clown, what's up, Sam? What kind of a blade does Sam have Dean use to kill the clown? What's it made out of?
Ross.
Boom.
Nice.
Damn.
Calm down. Dude, I thought I was being clever. It's movies. That's what I love about our fandom. Everyone is so immersed into it.
Next question.
She looks very lovely in that photo.
So,
He's a fear lantern. Don't give it to him.
in the episode Bloodlust, Gordon's sister was killed by vampires. True or false? Oh, yes. His sister was turned into a vampire and then Gordon killed her. Please come on down.
Good
Come
job.
on down. Okay, so next category, y'all. So we're doing memorable death. So obviously you have to have death there. If you're doing memorable death. And
This
back
was
to,
done before the season finale.
and we're jumping back to the horror show showrunner once again, Mr. Cecil there.
Yeah.
Tough one to
Of
It's not
course.
favorite, it's memorable. That's memorable.
Yeah, definitely that one stuck with me. In fact, it sticks with me for a few reasons. One, because we lost an outstanding character that was just a terrific example of what a good, female, strong, geeky character from the LGBT community can represent on, a cable network show. Outside of the fact that we lost that, it's just, it stuck with me because it's such a bummer how she went out from such no name, the family or whatever. I hated that. It was
Yeah.
it was
Show
such
back
a
up.
waste. It's such a waste. If she's gonna go out, it should have been by a big person, not the way they did it. And honestly, I think they should have held on Dean just a little bit longer before they cut away to get that full Dean reaction to it. I felt a little robbed there, but nonetheless, it was still affecting to see because it was like, oh no, she's really gone now.
Yeah.
That sucks.
At least it happened off screen.
Plus, I'm a
nonetheless.
huge fan of Felicia herself, so I think we're big fan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Felicia and Charlie. Rest in peace, maybe.
So, mine. So I know Sam died in season 2, but season 5's finale, as Ashley mentioned, it was where the show was supposed to be done. And in some ways, as much as I love the later seasons, I kind of feel like it could have just ended there and it would have been beautiful and cathartic, because when he basically got enough control of himself after beating the crap out of Dean to say, I got him, it's okay, and fell into, oh man, just even thinking about it, like, tears me up a little bit, man. But then obviously at the very end of that episode, you see Sam walking around, even though Dean's doing his own life and whatnot. But that ending, it's sad, man. It was one of the most emotional moments of the show for me, and what really just showed everything that we were so invested in coming to fruition. So yeah, Marcia.
I forgot what I played.
Oh.
Oh man, I remember when this happened. I was just so sad.
Curled
So
up
sad.
in a ball on the floor.
Yeah, I had such big hopes because they were the family that Sam and Dean needed, besides obviously Bobby. As we know later on in an alternate universe, Bobby does hook up with her, but that would have been the family that would have kept Dean and Sam moving on. Don't get me wrong, I love John Winchester and Mary is kind of cool, but this would just warm my heart to have them back. And when we lost them, I just thought it was just a sad moment, and kind of brought in that nobody's safe. Kind of like Games of Thrones, nobody is safe, anybody can go at any moment. You just hope that their death isn't wasted, and I don't feel like theirs was. I think they got their due for this. They get very respectful ending, but it was really, really sad. No. A big thing.
Too soon,
Yeah.
bro, too soon.
I also think it was cool that she decided to go with her daughter instead of living
Yeah.
without her.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
mother
that's like the
connection.
ultimate mom-daughter moment right there.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Because when your children die, it's worse than you die yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah, I still kind of wanted Joe and Dean to have
Yeah.
that
I
thing.
was
I don't think they ever would have hooked up.
Although
I
they
think you
positioned
always
her more as
see
the
her as a
little
little
sister.
I was
don't
kind
know.
of torn between this and my comeback characters because I kind of still want them both to come back, but
Yes.
oh well. But this was a very big moment for me, so.
They would have made
Ginormous.
cute little baby
Okay.
hunters.
Just Maul.
Hi, guys.
Oh.
So I'm gonna talk season 5, Hammer of the Gods, because that was my favorite episode of that season. When you get all the mythologies all in one room, and then here comes Gabriel, like he owns the place, and of course they all think he's Loki.
Yep.
But you have the confrontation with him and Dean, and the whole this is about you not wanting to stand up to your family. And I know that I know that happens in changing channels, but to see how it affected him to the point to where he interferes in Hammer of the Gods, it broke my heart. To when he finally gets off the bench, his brother comes up and benches him again. I mean, it was unexpected for me. And it stuck with me because I loved him so much as a character, especially in that episode, because there was a lot of just really just awesome gods, awesome mythology, all in one.
He's faked his death before.
You know what? I have like a conspiracy theory with this whole Scooby-Doo episode.
Yes!
So I'm just saying, I mean, you know.
Plus, there's when he appeared to Cass, and Cass is
Yeah.
like, "Are you dead?" And he's like, "Bitch, please."
Exactly.
I'm
Like,
the
so there's
pizza
hope.
man.
There's always hope with the trickster. There's hope. So yeah,
Yes.
I won't lie. My mind went straight there the second they announced Scooby-Doo. I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, interesting.
All right.
You got a hand up over there?
Well, has no one considered the fact that I believe Chuck said that he can recreate archangels, he can do it, it's just that it takes time and they didn't have that.
Well, there's also the one where Metatron's like messing with Cass's head, and he appears to be Gabriel.
Right,
And
that's.
he's like,
that's what
is
they should-
he really? And he's all like, and he never really answers. So
Yeah, in the wiki they say it was just him messing with it, but I don't know how
You
much
you can't trust the wiki.
you
You
know?
can't trust the wiki.
Nope. All right.
Keep the dream alive.
That's right.
Oh.
Here we go.
Yeah, I went there. I picked
Yeah, the death of John Winchester is my memorable death. Because they spent a good chunk of season 1 searching for John Winchester, and I mean, Dean just has like this blind faith in his father. He'll do anything he says. Like, you know, he's like a soldier, just follows without question. But in this particular episode, they were, you know, driving, they get hit. Dean's in a coma, but we see like his spirit wandering around the hospital, so he's watching everything. And throughout the whole episode, John is just like focusing. He gives Sam a list of ingredients, and it's like the summoning spell to summon Azazel. I can never say his name. Azazel. There we go. That guy, yellow eyes. But yes, the whole episode, you're like, does he even care that his son is dying? You know, and Sam and Dean both think that he's just so obsessed with revenge. And then come to find out, he's trading his soul, he's trading the Colt to Yellow Eyes in order to save Dean. So, and he goes back, and Dean wakes up, and they have like this heartfelt talk, and he's like, you know, I'm sorry I forced you to grow up so quick, and I'm really proud of you, and and then boom, done. It's just, I'm
All the
self-talk
feels.
about it.
Sweet, so we gotta speed through since we're already getting a little short on time. Do you want to just do one question this time, you think,
One
actually?
question.
Cool.
Make it really hard.
Children shouldn't play with dead things. That episode. What old horror movie did Dean refer to when questioning the dead girl's father? The line starts, I mean, come on, haven't you ever seen...
Ooh.
That's Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery?
Nice. Good
All
job.
right, well, he's a deep diver. All right, what's next?
So next up we have the same thing that we did last year,
Yeah.
which is musical moments, because we know music is such an integral part of this show.
It's a character,
It is, it really is.
just
And-
like the car.
Mhm. And everybody knows the scene that this is from, so.
Yeah.
But since we picked that last year, we're all on new picks this year, and Cecil's gonna take it away here.
Yeah, there's gonna be points for dancing.
Yeah. This was mine. Well, the whole, I'm just going to talk over it, but the whole episode, the 200th episode, was made just for us. And the fact that, you know, Sam and Dean got to see us be us in a way, you know, and really show that, I mean, all of us can sing the song all the way through.
Yeah.
And the fact that we get to see it, see them see it is amazing. And I love that they're basically,
You're right.
yeah, exactly. They're trying to watch. It's like, no, I want to see how this plays out. And like they say things that parallel obvious, but the song itself. Can you speed ahead to the song for you?
Yeah.
I'm short on time. When they actually step forward and do this beautiful rendition of "Carry On," it's just unbelievable. It's how we ended last year's panel, but since no one actually picked it, I'm like, ooh, I'm picking it. So it's just so good. I love good covers. I love, you know, they're not exactly acoustic, but they're doing it a cappella at the moment, kind of, but a little piano. But I just love the rendition. I love the arrangement. And of course, all the characters doing it. I'm getting distracted by watching it, so yeah, this is the one for me.
All right, so since we have limited time, we're gonna jump to mine. Get this playing. Sorry, I know.
Sorry, guys.
So last year I went with a happy, laughy choice, but I still think this might be one of the most depressing death sequences after Kevin has been killed by a possessed Sam, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
This Bob Seger song, I had never heard this Seger song before, and I love the guy, but this introduced the track to me, and I mean, here in a sec where Dean is just like smashing everything because he's so upset. I mean, honestly, this is the amount of depth that I feel like the Charlie death should have had, something like this, like a really poignant musical moment. I do kind of feel like they underserved her with her demise, And Kevin was an awesome character, though. He's here at the convention. So, but nonetheless, yeah, this is a bummer, man. So, as we speed through, we'll jump over to Marcia. Sorry.
Yeah, there's too much sad in this room, so we gotta take it up a notch. We don't really get to see Sam get some, and so when we do, and Dean just appreciates it the way he does, it just brings us back to who these two characters are. They're fundamentally, they're brothers, and this is what you do to your brother.
And once again with more Bob Seger too, right?
And then just Sam's reaction. He just has to give in. Like, alright, you got me.
That's a fantastic episode.
It's so great. These things joining together is perfect.
So we wish we could let you hear it all, but since we're trying to blaze through, go into Ms. Mom.
Just take notes, guys. Go home and rewatch all these episodes.
Or actually, no, I think I have these mixed up. Or
Guess what?
I think this was CJ's, right? Oh, okay.
This is mine.
Okay.
This is mine. Charlie. Guess what? I'm walking on sunshine, y'all. So I would have picked Charlie for my favorite memorable death, but so I feel like in a lot of ways Charlie was a gift to us because I know that I know I'm not the only one. So many of us self-identify with her, whether it's because she's a geek, because she's lesbian, because she's just in general, she's Charlie, she's us. And this scene, especially in the elevator, yeah, I'm trying to wait for it, but and then just I feel like in that, and this is her intro too, and that moment, you know exactly who this girl is. You know exactly who this girl is.
You couldn't have timed that better. That was great.
Yeah.
Good call.
Okay, so it'll.
This is a shorter one, yeah.
Get to it.
It's going right now.
Yeah.
So I went with Smoke on the Water just because it's such a classic song and it's so classic Dean song, and he's coming back. He's coming back, so. Prior to this, because he was really wrestling with Lisa and Ben and me Hunter, I want to be a fan again, and da-da-da. And then this song plays, so.
Great way to end the
It's a
episode.
good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
All right, guys.
So this is going to be our favorite pop culture. Oh, yeah, sorry, trivia.
All right, guys. In the episode, again, we got excited. In the episode, Simon said, "What is the name of the bus line that Sam sees in his very first vision?"
Bluebird?
Close.
Is it Blue Jay?
Close.
Sweet hip hop.
What do those things have in common? No. In the back?
Is it blue line?
Closer. Yeah, you know what? This makes me really happy that I have one you guys don't know. I love you. Anybody? Oh.
Blue something?
All right,
Probably.
it's Blue Ridge.
Oh.
Blue Ridge.
One more real
You
quick.
stumped
One more real quick. In the episode No Exit, when the boys come across the black gooey stuff in the apartment, what monster does Dean jokingly say that they're dealing with? Well, no. He jokingly calls it this. Close.
You're in the area.
Oh, right here. The
Nice.
marshmallow. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Awesome.
I was getting a little ahead of myself with the pop culture references,
I
but
know.
that was something
It's a
that
fun one.
it was something that endeared this show to me so much. Though was the fact that it was so aware of just geek culture and horror films and just pop culture in general. So, and that's my favorite episode of the show, by the way. So we're gonna jump to Cecil for his
Yes.
Ooh.
Maybe you could have picked a better screenshot than had half of it
Yeah, no
on camera. But anyway, mine was when Lucille appeared.
Yes.
It actually appeared twice. It appeared in the back of the truck, and then Dean comes walking in with it all bloody, and basically says, this was Dad's favorite thing. You know? It's so great, and it's also great because it's made all the more meta by the fact that they had, tweets back and forth between Dean and John Winchester's in real life about this. So it was great to see. It was great to see that it was used, and it was in the form that we know it as from Walking Dead. Speaking of which, we're doing a Walking Dead panel at 7:30. But yeah, so Lucille was definitely my favorite pop culture reference this show's done.
Yeah, sorry for the photo. I just wanted to show the boys in the shot with Lucille. Yeah. So for me, I love the time travel episodes.
Yes.
They're some of my absolute favorites, and I don't know. It's been a while since they've done one at this point. I think the last one was where we went to the 20s and Elliot Ness and all that stuff. But there's lots of Back to the Future references in this one and in the first one where they go back to the 70s, I want to say. And but this one I prefer because I love the third Back to the Future film. The fact that he even calls himself Clint Eastwood, and I mean, it is Dean hamming it up just in a glorious and hilarious fashion. And so, yes, anything time travel, anything Dean related, tremendous. Marcia.
Groundhog's Day. Groundhog Day. It is so awesome. How many times can we kill Dean? I mean, I love it. They just did such a phenomenal job. I mean, Groundhog's Day is just one of my favorite Bill Murray movies. So did I say that? Yeah, I said that right. I'm just really excited. So when they did this, it was exciting because Sam is just struggling, like, oh my gosh, like, can you just not kill yourself? But it kind of reminds me of like a little toddler that's just like, I can't help but run into walls and into traffic and to get hit by like pianos. Like, come on, it's just so amusing, and it's just the heart of the show is to have fun, and this episode did it for me. So Groundhog's Day, yay!
Although we recreated
Is that
the final
Asia?
countdown that many times was a little much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sing it with us now, guys.
You know what? I love these guys. They're hysterical. I love how they come back in subtle ways, like in the episode where Zachariah puts them in the boring office jobs and they're watching YouTube videos of them, like trash talking. I'll still these douchebag Winchesters. Like, I love how they keep coming back, and I love how it's so, because the show obviously has moved away a bit from the ghost hunt type stuff, but it was so clearly, like, started there. So to see them spoof, like, all the little ghost hunt shows, it just made it was just kind of like a little inside joke, and in a very nice way, poking fun at them. And they're just hysterical together. I mean, you can't not love them.
Bring them back.
Bring them back.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, last but obviously not least.
So I was a huge fan of the X-Files growing up. So anything that makes reference to the X-Files, I'm on board. And that was actually how this show was explained to me, was kind of the X-Files meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was a fan of both.
I always told people
it's golden.
I always told people it was like X-Files and Dukes of Hazzard. That's what I tell people.
Dukes of Haphazard, as I think Lucifer called them.
Hard to...
Yeah. No. This episode in particular, though, I loved it because you hear music going, and they had it down to where like you even had like the weird little pictures, and then after the title finished rolling, you had like the crop circle. It was the X-Files. I was happy.
Awesome. All right, guys. In the episode The Usual Suspects, what name do Sam and Dean use to find each other when they're separated? No. I hear somebody mumbling.
Hand up.
It's the first address on the phone.
We're going to try to do somebody who hasn't won. sorry. But no, there's a specific name.
The first hotel in Moa?
No, it's the name that he uses when he leaves the voicemail that sends the alarm that something's wrong. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear.
All the way in the back.
Oh, Funky Town?
No.
No.
That's one of the codes that they use,
that's
but
not
it's
the-
a
it's a
name that he
name.
leaves. Do you want a hint? I'll give you a hint. It's the drummer for Led Zeppelin.
Oh, there's some.
Oh, there's some hands all the way in the far back.
The guy with the hair? Or
Huh?
the other one? The girl
Yep.
with the hair.
You got it.
Girl with the hair
I think we got 2. We got 10 minutes left.
We got it.
Yeah, we're
Push
good.
it forward.
We are here.
Hey, girl,
Speed it
hi.
up.
So, this is one that is near and dear to all of us. This is character comeback. Now, I put Meg there because I want Meg to come back, but she's not my choice. Cecil is once again going to start us out here.
Still found a way to sneak in alternates. Yeah, so I covered this pretty well. I would love to see him come back because I love those kind of episodes. Don't need to go too much more into it since we're short on time, but absolutely. I want to see more fun, and who knows, maybe Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
So,
That porn stash, though, dude.
Conspiracy theorists about it, like,
Okay, so this is the one that I need to see him come back because once again, it was another demise that I felt was a disservice to the character in a lot of ways. I mean, I think when they were explaining his mythology at one point, they're like, he might even be older than God. And he was hilarious. I loved his dynamic with Dean, the fact that he was a lover of food, and I mean, he was just
that's the foodie.
perfectly Death epitomized for me, you know? And just that scene where, hello, Death, where he's walking.
yeah, that introduction is amazing.
Fantastic.
But can you really kill Death? That's the question, though.
That's what was silly about it.
Well,
And they
he
never
could be-
explained it.
Yeah, they never explained it, so he may or may not be dead. So
Like Death got stabbed with Death's scythe, which you'd
Yep.
think would make whoever stabbed him become
Death.
Death or something. Like, do we have a Death now, or is it just Reapers running around doing their job?
Yeah.
Just Reapers as far as we know.
That's of death now.
Billy stepped up.
Notes for season
You
13.
got promotion.
Yeah, but now Billy's dead.
All right, Marcia.
So I picked Kevin because I wanted to come back.
It's in his contract that he can.
Just like, not that I read it and.
He said it in his panel yesterday.
That's awesome.
Any show he does is in his contract, he can come back.
Yes, yes. So Kevin, I just love Kevin's character, and I think it would be cool for him because he is a prophet of God that he comes back to speak for God and help them guide them through the next season, which is Lucifer's son. So why not bring them back in and give them some prophecies and help them figure out how they can move forward? Because let's face it, it's a new world now, so we need some instructions. Where's the manual? So let's bring Kevin back. Let him do it.
Cute.
Yes.
Yay, Kevin. All right.
Okay. So, I'm a huge Kevin fan, and I decided to challenge myself and really think what would be a really cool character that might not be like on the tip of your tongue to bring back. And I picked Ash because he's hysterical. But not only that, but with the introduction of the British Men of Letters and how posh they were, I just think it would be so cool for him to just roll up and be like, "Hey, you're wrong, it's this." So I just thought to see him in the current seasons would be really awesome.
Mr. Lantern, question you?
I can actually see the title, Ash, Escape from Heaven.
I watch it.
Last
Let's
time
do
we
it.
saw him, right? Yeah.
Let's do it.
He figured out how to move around heaven. Why not escape?
Yeah, that's true.
We don't talk about
That's a
Adam.
big one.
Yeah, and really, it's not so much the character I want to see come back. I just,
Yeah. What
like,
happened?
Do they know? Do they care?
He's just, come on. I'm a completionist, I guess, but yeah, I just want to see the brothers go all out and go back to him. And I don't even know because is Michael even around? Michael and Lucifer?
They did reference him in season 12.
I
Yeah.
think they referenced it in
Yeah, they did do a little bit of.
So it was kind of like when you hear it, it's like your ears perk up, like what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. It's
Possible,
like,
possible.
What about Adam?
And then nothing ever came of it. So
I think he's just a tease at this
It
point.
is a tease at this point. It's. I think even in the 200th episode,
Yeah,
like they
they're
mentioned
like,
it.
who's that guy?
But where's
That's
that?
the brother.
That's
He's
the brother.
trapped in the
He's trapped-
cage with Lucifer.
Yeah.
You're like-
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
Yeah, one thing the show is really good at, in my opinion, is tying up the loose ends. I'm positive they're going to tie up this loose end. They wouldn't have referenced it in the 200th episode if not. So they're just waiting. Final season.
They just keep teasing us.
Yeah.
Until then.
Maybe he comes back and destroys them all.
Perhaps. So.
Forgot about me.
Maybe he's
Let's do the
the
final
knuckle.
category so we can make sure we get
Okay,
through.
well, this is the final.
Oh, this is okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. Nice.
Come on. Trivia. Anybody want to answer questions?
Yes.
In the episode Crossroad Blues, please finish this quote. Yeah, MySpace. What is that? Like some kind of a blank? Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, here's my little I've got one more question, but 2 photos, and we're still gonna give them both away. So this one, I did some research for questions because I wanted to challenge you guys. This one was marked as hard, but I don't anticipate it's going to be hard. But I had to ask it because we all need to have baby's number. What is baby's license plate number?
Oh.
That was first to go up back there.
Yeah.
KYZ275.
Close. I know that there's some variations of it, but
Okay, we can't do it if you're reading it from your phone.
yeah.
Cheetah.
Oh, off your shirt. I think back there was the next to go up.
KAZ2Y5.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I have a cookie cutter with that.
You want to show everyone what the last one is?
Yeah, I saved the best for last, guys.
Proud.
Now you want this one
Very
again.
collectible now.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was appropriate to bring him in now.
I have a Crowley question.
Okay.
It's an easy one, but
Well,
Well,
you want to give it away on the easy one?
it might not
make
be.
it sweat.
Okay, go for it.
Which cartoon does Crowley constantly reference?
Y'all gonna have to fight for it. No. I think we do a better question
Yeah,
than that.
we
We
can
gotta
do
do a better question
I've
than
flubbed
that.
it.
I'm sorry. That's too easy. Okay, so Mark Sheppard is obviously a very known actor. Somebody put your hand up and tell me 5 other things he's been in.
5.
Oh,
Come on,
if you
it's
can't think of 5, then you need to go to this dude's IMDb and educate yourself because we
Everything.
referenced them on this panel.
In back again was first up.
Firefly.
Yes.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Leverage.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you're so close. Come on, reach for it.
She talked about.
We talked about one on the panel in a pop culture reference.
X-Files.
Oh.
Is that gonna do it for you?
We got a couple minutes left. Did you guys want to do season 13 predictions?
Oh, I already
or hopes,
predicted
or-
it. Adam's gonna come back and destroy them all.
I feel like Adam should come back and he's gonna have a real big chip on his shoulder. Like, oh, you saved Sam.
Well, he
but not me.
should.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap up, you guys. Thank you for coming out to see.
Thank you guys.